Root hog and I, friend, root hog and I, gotta get to Boston, root hog and I. Sacco and Vanzetti die at sundown tonight, so I've gotta get to Boston, root hog and I. Train wheel can roll me, cushions can ride, ships on the oceans, planes in the skies. Storms they can come, love, floodwaters rise, but I've gotta get to Boston or two men'll die. Root hog and I, friend, root hog and I, gotta get to Boston, root hog and I. Sacco and Vanzetti die at sundown tonight, so I've gotta get to Boston, root hog and I. Nicholas Sacco, a shoe factory hand, Bartolomeo Vanzetti, a trade union man. Judge Webster Thayer swore they'll die, but I've gotta get to Boston for sundown tonight. Root hog and I, friend, root hog and I, gotta get to Boston, root hog and I. Sacco and Vanzetti die at sundown tonight, so I've gotta get to Boston, root hog and I. I might walk or run and I might roll or fly, walking down this road shoulder, tears in my eyes. They never done a wrong in their lives, but Judge Webster Thayer says they must die. Root hog and I, friend, root hog and I, gotta get to Boston, root hog and I. Sacco and Vanzetti die at sundown tonight, so I've gotta get to Boston, root hog and I. Well, some come to Boston to see all the sights, some come to Boston to drink and to fight. Sacco and Vanzetti told the workers organize, so Judge Webster Thayer says they must die. Root hog and I, friend, root hog and I, gotta get to Boston, root hog and I. Sacco and Vanzetti die at sundown tonight, gotta get to Boston, root hog or dry. Oh, Mr. Wagon Driver, please let me ride. That's a nice pacing team that you got here, all right. Did you ever hear such a thing in your life? Judge Webster Thayer killing two men tonight. Root hog and I, friend, root hog and I, gotta get to Boston, root hog and I. Sacco and Vanzetti die at sundown tonight, so I've gotta get to Boston, root hog or die. Hey, Mr. Engineer, let me ride your train, throw in your coal and steam up your steam. If I can't ride the shack, please let me ride the blind. Gotta get to Boston for sundown tonight. Root hog and I, friend, root hog and I, gotta get to Boston, root hog and I. Sacco and Vanzetti die at sundown tonight, so I've gotta get to Boston, root hog and I. We welcome to heaven Sacco and Vanzetti, two men that's won our highest of seats. Come, let me show you this world that you've come through. It's a funny old world, and I'm sure you'll admit, if you wear rags on earth, you're a hobo, and if you wear satin, they call you a thief. If you save money, they'll call you a miser, and if you spend money, you'll go on relief. If you work hard, they'll say you are lowly, and if you're a loafer, of course you're no good. If you stay sober, you're known as a sissy, and if you drink liquor, it goes to your head. If you are fat, they will call you a glutton, and if you stay skinny, they'll call you a runt. If you laugh, they'll call you an idiot, and if you cry, they'll ask you to stop. If you chase women, they'll call you a woofer, and and if you don't chase them, they'll call you afraid. If you chase men, they'll call you downtrodden, and if you don't chase them, they'll call you afraid. If you eat your meat fried, they'll tell you to broil it, and then if you broil it, they'll say it should broil. If you don't eat meat and you eat only green things, they'll ask you what's wrong with the brain in your skull. If you work for wages, you support the rich capitalist, and if you don't work, you're a lumpen to them. And if you play the gamble, of course you're a gambler, and if you don't gamble, you never do win. And if you stay poor, nobody comes courting, and if you get rich, well, you can't find a mate. If you get married, you're wrecking your happiness, and if you stay single, you walk to your grave. If you die in your cradle, it's a sad misfortune. If you live to old age, it's harder and worse. If you've read the papers, you know it is many that take their own lives when they've emptied their purse. There's traders and trappers and shippers and hopers, Sacco and Vanzetti in America's great lands. There's hoppers and croppers and robbers and dopers, and millions of folks with just two empty hands. It's a funny old world, Sacco and Vanzetti, and a funny old world for me and for you. I'd say that this world is so awful funny. It's the funniest world that I've ever lived through. This land is your land, and this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. As I went a-walking that ribbon of highway, and I saw above me that endless skyway, I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps in the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. All around me a voice was a-sounding, this land was made for you and me. There was a big high wall there that tried to stop me. The sign was painted, said private property, but on the backside it didn't say nothing. This land was made for you and me. When the sun comes shining, then I was strolling in the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling. A voice was chanting as the fog was lifting, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, and this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from redwood forests to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.